Hi, this is Nina and welcome to day 3 of my 5-day video series on embracing your highly sensitive nature. Yesterday we talked about DOES as an easy way of identifying whether you are highly sensitive or not. And if you missed that video, please go on over to my feed. You should be able to find the video below. So today we're going to be talking about some of the challenges of being a highly sensitive person in our modern world. I like to call these the shadow sides of being highly sensitive. So being highly sensitive, especially in our modern society these days, isn't a bed of roses because we've got this highly responsive nervous system, which means we're taking in a lot more information and feeling things genuinely more deeply and processing them more. As a highly sensitive person, we do tend to become overwhelmed, and we talked about this yesterday a little bit. So overwhelm is one of the fundamental things that I think highly sensitive people can struggle with. And if you don't learn ways to minimize your overwhelm, it can be overwhelming. So one of the other shadows or challenges that I think highly sensitive people have is that of perfectionism. So we want things to be perfect because we notice obviously all the small things that make something imperfect. And so especially if we're creative, you might be an artist or you might be a writer or you might, just be making videos as I am. It's very hard sometimes to share them with the world because you want them all to be perfect. And of course this does everybody a great disservice because we do need to share the things that we notice and love and create. And if we go into our shadows of perfectionism, then we become overprotective about what we create and we don't want to share them. And then we go into our highly sensitive shadow of hiding. It's like we think nothing we do or create or want to say is good enough. And so we end up not saying them. And that's really one of the shames, I think, that ends up when highly sensitive people don't speak out and share what they notice and want to share. So this also goes hand in hand with our need for control. So highly sensitive people have a strong need for control because of our primary function, which is to keep people safe and to keep ourselves safe. So obviously if we feel out of control, that doesn't feel very safe. And so we become quite controlling at times, and it's essential to be able to just let go and go with the flow and be more flexible. So those are just some of the many shadows of being a highly sensitive person, especially in modern society today, which seems to be bombarding us with information overload all the time. And some of the ways that we can actually deal with these shadows is to breathe. Never underestimate the power of the breath. So when you're feeling overwhelmed and as if your head's a volcano about to explode, remember to breathe. Just take time out and breathe. Breathe in for 4 and breathe out for 6. So always make sure your out breath is 50% longer than your in breath, because that helps stimulate our parasympathetic nervous systems, which is the relaxation response. So we'll go from being overwhelmed to being relaxed just by breathing. Also, sometimes if things just feel too much or you've got too much in your head, it really helps to go for a walk. Go for a walk in nature. Being in nature is so important for highly sensitive people. It helps us reconnect to something bigger, which I think is really, really important for highly sensitive people. So just be around trees, be around greenery, be around water. It's very, very calming and healing. We can also connect to something bigger, whatever that is for us, whether it's God or the universe or, just nature, whatever it is. We can go for walks in nature, or we can meditate. We can journal. Writing things down in a journal is so helpful. Or prayer is a wonderful way of connecting to something bigger as well. Also, what's really important for highly sensitive people is to recognize that you are different from the rest of the population. You do need downtime. So recognize your need to take time out, and don't ever beat yourself up about needing to have, a quiet afternoon or just taking some time out after being in a very busy situation. You're different from everybody else. You need to do this. It's very important to recognize that. And by the same token, feel free to set boundaries for yourself. Know that you can't do back-to-back appointments in one day. So spread things out a little bit and know what your needs are. And I find the mantra progress, not perfection, is amazing for me. When I want to go into my shadow of perfectionism and, nothing gets done or released because it's not perfect, things are never perfect, I always tell myself progress, not perfection. So hopefully that mantra will help you as well. So those are just a few things, some of the shadows and some of the tips that we can use to overcome our shadows of being highly sensitive. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the more positive side of being highly sensitive, which is about all of your wonderful, amazing, highly sensitive strengths that I believe are so essential for you to share with the world. So please stay tuned and come and watch the video tomorrow. As always, before you go, if you enjoyed the content today and found it useful, please do like and share the videos so you can help me spread the word and awareness of the highly sensitive trait. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you.